the Infinity Stones. 6 cosmic artifacts that have defined some of the greatest stories in Marvel history. Each one represents a fundamental force of the universe, and together they grant power beyond imagination. Worlds have risen because of them. Worlds have fallen because of them. And their legacy stretches from the pages of comics to the center of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But where did they come from? What makes them so powerful? And how did they shape the destiny of gods, heroes, and villains alike? Today, we are diving deep into their legacy and breaking it all down. This is the history of the Infinity Stones explained. The Space Stone. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it is best known as the Tesseract, a glowing blue cube that kick-started the entire Infinity Saga. But the Tesseract was just a shell, a containment vessel for something far older. The Space Stone itself is one of the 6 primal forces of creation, forged in the Big Bang. Its power is absolute dominion over space, letting its wielder teleport anywhere, bend reality to bring 2 points together, or even exist in multiple places at once. In the comics, the Space Gem has been tied to some of the biggest events in Marvel history. Characters like Thanos, Loki, and even the Red Skull have wielded it, using its power to warp across galaxies and bypass barriers that no one else could cross. Some stories even suggest that with enough mastery, the Space Gem could rewrite the very structure of the universe, folding it in ways that make distance meaningless. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, its journey is equally legendary. It was guarded on Earth for centuries before Hydra used it in World War II. S.H.I.E.L.D. later studied it, unknowingly setting the stage for Loki to unleash the Chitauri on New York. But perhaps the most chilling moment came when Thanos crushed the Tesseract in his hand, revealing the raw space stone inside. With it, he could appear anywhere instantly, making his conquest inevitable. Speculation has long suggested that the Tesseract's cube form may have been a way to keep its unstable power contained. Some even believe it hints at a deeper truth, that the Infinity Stones are fragments of a greater whole, broken apart to prevent one being from holding all of creation at once. But while the Space Stone bends reality through distance, the next one invades the very core of who we are. Up next, the Mind Stone. The Mind Stone. Among all the Infinity Stones, this one may be the most personal, because it does not just give power, it changes who you are. In the comics, the Mind Gem grants its user limitless telepathy, telekinesis, and the ability to control every mind in existence. With it, you could read thoughts across galaxies or bend entire civilizations to your will. It is knowledge and domination wrapped into one, making it a weapon feared even among gods. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Mind Stone was first hidden inside Loki's scepter, gifted to him by Thanos during the Battle of New York. At the time, no one knew what it truly was. Through the scepter, Loki manipulated minds, twisting heroes into pawns. Later, the stone was revealed and used to create Vision, one of the most unique beings in Marvel's history. The Mind Stone gave him life, morality, and power beyond measure. It also enhanced Wanda Maximoff's abilities, sparking the reality-warping chaos that would one day rival gods. Theories around the Mind Stone are some of the most fascinating. Some suggest that the stone has a consciousness of its own, that it chooses its wielder, guiding or corrupting depending on who holds it. Others believe it was responsible for awakening Wanda's true mutant potential, suggesting the stones may amplify hidden abilities rather than simply grant new ones. Its legacy is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. It can create life, destroy free will, and reshape entire civilizations without a single battle fought. If the Space Stone represents where you are, the Mind Stone determines who you are. But if bending thoughts is not enough, the next stone goes even further. It tears apart reality itself and makes the impossible possible. Up next, the Reality Stone. The Reality Stone. In the comics, it is often called the Reality Gem, and it might be the most unpredictable of all the Infinity Stones. Its power is exactly what it sounds like, the ability to rewrite reality itself. With it, the user can bend the laws of physics, turn dreams into solid truth, and undo anything they wish. Unlike the other stones, which deal in absolutes like time or space, the Reality Stone is chaos incarnate. It allows the impossible to become possible. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Reality Stone first appeared as the Ether in Thor, The Dark World. Unlike the solid gem form of the others, the Ether was a fluid, destructive energy that infected its host and twisted them into a weapon. Malekith, leader of the Dark Elves, sought to use it to plunge the universe into eternal darkness. Later, the Ether was revealed to be the Reality Stone in its rawest form, and eventually, Thanos claimed it for his gauntlet. With it, he could twist illusions into reality, as seen when he made the Collector's ruined station appear unharmed until the Guardians realized it was already destroyed. Theories about the Reality Stone suggest it is the most dangerous when combined with the others. By itself, it creates temporary shifts and illusions, but when stabilized by the full set, its power to rewrite existence becomes permanent. Some even speculate that the Ether's unstable liquid form shows the stone's true nature, that reality itself is fluid and fragile, waiting to be shaped. If the Mind Stone invades thoughts, the Reality Stone warps the very world around you. But there is one stone that embodies pure, destructive force. Up next, the Power Stone. The Power Stone. In the comics, it is sometimes referred to as the Power Gem, and its ability is straightforward but terrifying. It is raw, unfiltered strength. The stone embodies all energy in the universe, granting its wielder unlimited physical power, endurance, and destructive force. With it, you could level planets with a gesture, shrug off cosmic attacks, and push beyond any natural limit. But what makes the Power Stone unique is that it also amplifies the abilities of the other stones, making the entire set exponentially more dangerous. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Power Stone was contained within the orb, hidden on the planet Morag. Star-Lord was the first to find it, sparking the chain of events that brought the Guardians of the Galaxy together. Ronan the Accuser tried to wield it to annihilate Xandar, but even he struggled to contain its force. The Guardians barely survived holding it, only succeeding by combining their strength to share the burden. Later, it was delivered to Nova Corps custody until Thanos claimed it off-screen, wiping out Xandar in the process. By the time we see it in Infinity War, the stone is already mounted in his gauntlet. Theories suggest the Power Stone might be the most essential of the six. Some fans believe it acts as the stabilizer of the set, keeping the others from tearing the user apart. Without it, the combined energy of the stones could be uncontrollable. Others argue that the stone represents not just physical might, but the concept of potential itself, the raw energy of creation waiting to be unleashed. If the Power Stone is brute force, the next one bends something even more terrifying. Not matter, not energy, but time itself. Up next, the Time Stone. The Time Stone. Among all the Infinity Stones, this one may be the most feared, because it does not just bend reality, it controls the flow of time itself. In the comics, the Time Gem gives its wielder mastery over past, present, and future. With it, they can rewind events, accelerate them, or trap opponents in endless loops. It also allows glimpses into possible futures, making its bearer nearly impossible to surprise. At its most powerful, the Time Gem lets its user exist in all timelines at once, essentially becoming untouchable. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Time Stone is best known for being housed in the Eye of Agamotto, an artifact used by the Sorcerer Supreme. Doctor Strange wielded it during his training and battles, most famously against Dormammu. By trapping the cosmic entity in a time loop, Strange forced Dormammu into submission. proof of the stone's overwhelming potential. Later, Strange used the stone to view millions of possible futures, finding the single path where Thanos could be defeated. This cemented its role as not just a weapon, but a tool of strategy and sacrifice. Theories suggest the Time Stone may not only manipulate time, but also memory and fate itself. Some argue that Strange's use of the stone might have subtly influenced the Avengers without them realizing it, guiding their choices to align with the one winning timeline. Others believe the stone is dangerous because every change in time creates ripple effects across reality, threatening balance itself. The Time Stone is power with patience, endless possibilities, infinite do-overs, and control over destiny. But there is one stone even more mysterious, one that demands a price every time it is used. Up next, the Soul Stone. The Soul Stone, the most mysterious and perhaps the most dangerous of all the Infinity Stones. In the comics, the Soul Gem has always been different. It does not just grant power, it demands a price. Its wielder gains mastery over life and death, the ability to steal, alter, or imprison souls. But within the gem lies a hidden pocket dimension, often called the Soul World, where countless spirits are trapped. Some say it is paradise, others call it a prison. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Soul Stone was the hardest to find and the cruelest to claim. Hidden on Vormir, it could only be obtained by sacrificing what you love most. Thanos proved his devotion by throwing Gamora to her death, securing the stone but forever haunted by the cost. Later, Hawkeye and Black Widow fought to decide who would make the sacrifice, proving that the stone's legacy is tied not to conquest, but to loss. Theories suggest the Soul Stone may be the core of all six. Some believe it connects the others, anchoring them with consciousness and will. Others argue that every soul sacrificed to obtain it lives within the stone itself, meaning Gamora and Natasha's spirits may not be gone, but trapped. Its true nature has never been fully explained, and that mystery is what makes it so powerful. The Infinity Stones together represent creation itself: space, mind, reality, power, time, and soul. Separated, they can shift the course of history. United, they give control of existence. Their history is one of ambition, sacrifice, and the endless struggle for balance. The Infinity Stones are more than just powerful artifacts. They are the foundation of Marvel's greatest stories, symbols of creation, destruction, and the choices made in between. From the comics to the big screen, they have defined heroes, shaped villains, and reminded us that ultimate power always comes with a cost. Which Infinity Stone do you think is the most fascinating or the most dangerous? Share your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button with more energy than the Power Stone, and subscribe so you never miss a deep dive into Marvel's greatest mysteries.